Did you know that someone in your life might be systematically destroying your ability to trust your mind right now? If you've ever walked away from a conversation feeling confused, doubting what you clearly remember, or questioning your sanity, you've been gaslighted. And what I'm about to reveal will shock you about how deep this psychological warfare goes. In the next 30 minutes, I will expose the 7 most dangerous gaslighting techniques that manipulators use to control your reality. By the end of this video, you'll never fall victim to these mind games again. But first, let me tell you about Sarah. Welcome back to Shadow Psyche, where we expose the daily dark psychology tactics used against you and teach you how to protect yourself. I'm Brian, and over the past 15 years, I've studied the manipulation techniques that predators, toxic people, and even institutions use to control your mind. Today, I'm going to reveal the 7 most devastating gaslighting techniques that can reprogram your brain to doubt reality itself. By the end of this video, you'll know precisely how to recognize when someone is gaslighting you, understand why your mind becomes vulnerable to these attacks, and have concrete tools to protect your psychological integrity. But first, let me be crystal clear. This information is for protection only. We don't teach manipulation, we teach recognition and defense. What you're about to learn has helped thousands of people escape psychological prison and reclaim their mental freedom. The Sarah story, setting the stage. Tell you about Sarah, a successful marketing executive who came to me after what she described as losing her mind. She'd been in a relationship with someone who initially seemed perfect for 2 years. Gradually, however, she started questioning her memory, perceptions, and professional competence. "I used to be so confident," she told me. "I made million-dollar decisions at work without hesitation. But with him, I couldn't even remember if I'd locked the door or what we'd talked about the night before." Sarah wasn't losing her mind. She was being systematically gaslighted, using techniques so sophisticated that even mental health professionals could miss them. Her story isn't unique. It's happening to millions of people now and might be happening to you. The science of reality distortion. Before we dive into the 7 techniques, you need to understand what's happening in your brain when someone gaslights you. Gaslighting isn't just lying. It's a systematic assault on your cognitive processing that rewires your neural pathways. When someone consistently contradicts your reality, your brain enters what neuroscientists call cognitive dissonance. Your mind desperately tries to resolve the conflict between what you know and what you're being told. The gaslighter exploits this by positioning themselves as the reliable source of truth, while undermining your confidence in your perceptions. Here's the terrifying part. Your brain will start to prefer the gaslighter's version of reality because it reduces the psychological stress of constant contradiction. This is why victims often defend their abusers. Their minds have been reprogrammed to trust the manipulator more than themselves. The hippocampus, your brain's memory center, becomes hyperactive under this stress, impairing your ability to form clear memories. Meanwhile, the amygdala floods your system with stress hormones that make rational thinking nearly impossible. You're not weak if you've fallen for gaslighting. You're human, and your brain is responding exactly as it's designed to under psychological attack. The first and most fundamental gaslighting technique is the reality rewrite. This is where the manipulator systematically changes the facts of what happened, often in real time, to make you doubt your memory. Here's how it works. Let's say you had a conversation where someone promised to help you with a project. Later, when you bring it up, they don't just say they forgot. They insist the conversation never happened. They might say, "I never said that. You must be thinking of someone else." Or, "That's not what I said at all. You always twist my words." The key is the absolute certainty with which they deliver these contradictions. They don't seem confused or forgetful. They seem completely confident that you're wrong. This confidence is weaponized to make you question your mental faculties. Sarah experienced this constantly. Her partner would make plans with her, then later insist they'd never discussed those plans. When she showed him text messages confirming the plans, he'd say she was taking things out of context or being too literal. The reality rewrite works because it targets your most basic cognitive function, your ability to trust your memory. Once that's compromised, everything else becomes questionable. The gaslighter becomes your external hard drive, the only reliable source of what happened. Protection strategy. Start documenting everything. Keep a private journal of essential conversations, save text messages and emails, and trust your initial impressions. Your memory is more reliable than they want you to believe. The emotional invalidation spiral. The second technique is the emotional invalidation spiral, and it's particularly insidious because it attacks your right to feel what you feel. The gaslighter doesn't just deny facts, they deny your emotional reality. When you express hurt, anger, or concern, they respond with phrases like, "You're being too sensitive," "You're overreacting," "You're being dramatic," or "You always blow things out of proportion." They might also use pseudo-psychological language. "You're being irrational," "That's your anxiety talking," or "You need to work on your emotional regulation." Here's what makes this so devastating. Emotions are your internal guidance system. They tell you when something is wrong, when boundaries are being crossed, and when you're in danger. By systematically invalidating your emotions, the gaslighter turns off your psychological immune system. The spiral works like this. You feel something is wrong. You express your concern. They invalidate your feelings. You doubt your emotional responses. You stop trusting your instincts. You become dependent on their interpretation of reality. I worked with a client named Marcus, whose boss used this technique masterfully. Whenever Marcus raised concerns about unfair treatment, impossible deadlines, or a hostile work environment, his boss would say, "You're being too emotional about this. Successful people don't let feelings cloud their judgment." Over time, Marcus stopped advocating for himself entirely, accepting increasingly unreasonable demands because he'd been convinced his emotional responses were unprofessional. The emotional invalidation spiral is particularly effective because our culture often reinforces these messages. We're told to be rational, don't take things personally, and control your emotions. Gaslighters exploit these cultural biases to make their invalidation seem reasonable. Protection strategy. Your emotions are data, not weakness. When someone consistently invalidates your feelings, that's information about them, not you. Trust your emotional responses. They're trying to protect you. The competence assassination. The third technique is competence assassination, the systematic undermining of confidence in your abilities and judgment. This goes beyond questioning your memory or emotions. It attacks your fundamental sense of capability. The gaslighter will highlight every mistake you make while ignoring or minimizing your successes. They'll offer helpful corrections that imply you can't handle basic tasks. They might say things like, "Let me do that, you always mess it up." "Are you sure you can handle this?" Or, "Maybe you should double-check that with someone who knows what they're doing." What makes this particularly cruel is that it often starts with areas where you're competent. A gaslighter might target a successful professional by constantly questioning their work decisions, or undermine a capable parent by implying they don't know how to care for their children. The technique escalates gradually. First, they question your judgment in small matters. Then, they expand to bigger decisions. Eventually, you find yourself seeking their approval for choices you used to make confidently on your own. I remember working with Lisa, a registered nurse with 15 years of experience. Her husband gradually convinced her that she was too emotional to make sound medical decisions, that she didn't understand complex medical situations, and that she should stick to the basics rather than pursue advanced certifications. When she came to see me, this highly skilled healthcare professional was convinced she was barely competent. The competence assassination works by creating learned helplessness. When you constantly doubt your abilities, you stop trying to exercise independent judgment. You become dependent on the gaslighter's superior wisdom and guidance. Protection strategy. Keep a record of your accomplishments and positive feedback. Regularly remind yourself of your competencies and successes. Seek input from trusted friends or colleagues who can provide an objective perspective on your abilities. The isolation matrix. The fourth technique is the isolation matrix, the systematic separation of victims from their support networks and alternative sources of reality validation. This isn't just physical isolation. It's psychological and social isolation designed to make the gaslighter your only source of truth. The process is gradual and often seems reasonable at first. The gaslighter might concern your friends or family. "I don't think Sarah has your best interests at heart." Or, "Your family doesn't understand you as I do." They position themselves as your protector against people who don't appreciate you or bring out the worst in you. They create conflict between you and your support network by sharing selective information, misrepresenting conversations, or creating situations where you must choose between them and others. They might schedule essential events when you typically see friends or create emergencies requiring you to cancel social plans. The isolation matrix also includes information control. They might discourage you from reading certain books, watching certain shows, or engaging with content that might provide alternative perspectives. They position this as protecting you from negative influences or toxic content. One of my clients, David, described how his partner gradually cut him off from his support network over 3 years. It started with subtle criticisms of his friends. "Jake seems kind of immature, don't you think?" Then he escalated to creating drama whenever he made social plans. "I can't believe you'd rather spend time with them than me when I'm going through such a difficult time." Eventually, David had no close friendships and limited contact with family. His partner had become his only source of social interaction and reality validation. When he finally recognized what had happened, he felt utterly alone and doubted whether anyone would believe his experience. Protection strategy. Maintain diverse relationships and information sources. Be suspicious of anyone who consistently criticizes your support network or tries to limit your social connections. Healthy relationships encourage outside friendships, not discourage them. The Sanity Questioning Campaign. The fifth technique is the Sanity Questioning Campaign. Direct attacks on your mental stability and psychological health. This is where gaslighting becomes most obviously abusive. But by this point, victims are often so destabilized that they can't recognize the manipulation. The gaslighter will suggest that you're losing it, becoming paranoid, or acting crazy. They might recommend therapy, medication, or psychiatric evaluation, not out of genuine concern, but to reinforce the narrative that you're mentally unstable. They position themselves as the long-suffering partner or friend dealing with your psychological problems. Common phrases include, "You're being paranoid." That sounds like something a crazy person would say. Maybe you should talk to someone about these delusions. Or, "I'm worried about your mental health." They might also use diagnostic language. "You're being bipolar again." That's your depression talking. Or, "You need to take your medication." The most sophisticated gaslighters will encourage you to seek professional help, knowing that a confused, destabilized person might initially present as having mental health issues. They might even attend therapy sessions with you, positioning themselves as the concerned, stable partner trying to help their troubled loved one. This technique is particularly effective because mental health stigma makes people terrified of being seen as crazy. The gaslighter exploits this fear, making you so afraid of appearing mentally ill that you'll accept their version of reality rather than risk being labeled as unstable. I worked with a woman named Jennifer, whose husband used this technique after she discovered his affair. Instead of addressing his infidelity, he launched a campaign to convince everyone, including Jennifer herself, that she was having a psychological breakdown. He told friends and family that she was becoming paranoid and delusional, making up stories about affairs that never happened. The tragic irony is that gaslighting can create temporary psychological symptoms. The stress, confusion, and isolation can cause anxiety, depression, and even dissociative episodes. The gaslighter then points to these symptoms as proof that you're mentally unstable, creating a vicious cycle. Protection strategy. Trust your perceptions and seek support from qualified professionals who don't have a relationship with the gaslighter. Remember that questioning your sanity is often a sign that someone deliberately tries to make you doubt yourself. The benevolent controller. The sixth technique is the benevolent controller, perhaps the most insidious form of gaslighting because it's disguised as care and protection. The gaslighter positions their control as love, manipulation as guidance, and abuse as help. They'll say things like, "I'm only telling you this because I love you. I'm trying to protect you from making a mistake. You know I only want what's best for you." Or, "I'm the only one who understands you." They frame their controlling behavior as necessary support for your supposed inadequacies. The benevolent controller creates a narrative where you're fragile, naive, or incompetent, and you're the wise, caring person who keeps you safe from a dangerous world. They make major decisions for your good, limit your choices to protect you from stress, and override your preferences because they know you better than you know yourself. This technique is particularly effective because it exploits our desire to be loved and cared for. The gaslighter offers what appears to be unconditional support and protection, making it difficult to recognize that this care is control. I remember working with Robert, whose mother used this technique throughout his adult life. She would make significant decisions about his career, relationships, and living situation, always framing it as maternal love. "I'm only interfering because I can't bear to watch you make mistakes," she'd say. When Robert tried to assert independence, she'd become hurt and disappointed. "After everything I've done for you, this is how you repay me?" The benevolent controller creates a double bind. Resist their control, and you're ungrateful, selfish, or self-destructive. Accept their power, and you lose your autonomy and self-determination. Either way, you lose. Protection strategy. Healthy love respects autonomy and encourages independence. Be wary of anyone whose care consistently overrides your choices or makes you feel guilty for wanting independence. The reality anchor destruction. The seventh and final technique is reality anchor destruction, systematically eliminating external validation sources that could contradict the gaslighter's narrative. This is the advanced level of gaslighting that creates complete psychological dependence. Reality anchors are the external sources that help you maintain perspective. Friends who knew you before the relationship, family members who remember your history, colleagues who see your competence, documentation of events, and even your journals or records. The gaslighter works to destroy or discredit these anchors. They might accidentally delete photos, lose essential documents, or create situations where you must choose between maintaining these anchors and keeping peace in the relationship. They'll discredit people who might validate your reality. Your sister has always been jealous of you, or your friends don't know the real you as I do. They might also engage in what I call historical revisionism, gradually changing the story of your shared history. Events that were positive become negative in their retelling. Your achievements become their achievements. Your good decisions become lucky accidents, while your mistakes become character flaws. The most sophisticated gaslighters will recruit others into their narrative. They'll share their version of events with mutual friends, family members, or colleagues, creating a social reality that supports their manipulation. You find yourself not doubting your perceptions, but facing a world where everyone seems to agree with the gaslighter's version of reality. This technique is devastating because it eliminates your ability to reality test your experiences. When all your external validation sources have been compromised or destroyed, the gaslighter becomes your only source of truth about yourself and your experiences. Protection strategy. Maintain independent records and relationships that the gaslighter cannot access or influence. Keep a private journal. Maintain friendships outside the relationship, and document important events and conversations. The recovery process. If you recognize these techniques in your life, understand that recognizing gaslighting is the first step toward freedom. Your ability to identify these patterns means your mind is fighting back against the manipulation. Recovery from gaslighting requires rebuilding your relationship with reality. Start by trusting your initial impressions and gut feelings. Keep detailed records of interactions and events. Reconnect with people who knew you before the gaslighting began. Seek professional support from therapists who understand psychological abuse. Remember that healing isn't linear. You might have good days where you feel clear and confident, followed by days where you doubt everything again. This is normal and part of the recovery process. Your brain is rewiring itself to trust your perceptions again. Most importantly, understand that you're not alone. Millions of people have survived gaslighting and rebuilt their lives. Your reality is valid, your perceptions matter, and your mind is stronger than any manipulator's attempts to control it. Now, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me, have you experienced any of these gaslighting techniques? Don't share specifics identifying anyone, but tell us you're not alone. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to recognize their situation. If this video helped you identify gaslighting, please share it with someone you care about. Knowledge is our best defense against manipulation, and together, we can create a community of people who refuse to let others distort their reality. Next week, we're diving into information warfare, how truth gets distorted for power. It's even more disturbing than what we covered today, but essential for your protection in our information-saturated world. Remember, your reality is valid. Your perceptions matter. and your mind belongs to you. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Hit subscribe and the bell icon to join our community of psychological freedom fighters. Like this video if it helped you recognize something important, and I'll see you next week, where we'll continue exposing the dark psychology tactics used against you every day. Stay strong, stay aware, and remember, knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is freedom.